What's up, guys? Back with another Honkai Star Rail video, and if you have been subbed to the channel for a while, this will be a blast from the past. We are doing a should you buy the battle pass. Now the update has been out for like what, 4 or 5 days, if I'm not mistaken. So definitely a bit late on this, but of course there's other videos to be made before this. I actually forgot to make a video on the 7th battle pass. This is the 8th one, which is unfortunate because normally they do pretty well, so I assume people, like to know if it's worth it or not. And crazy enough, the battle pass got a buff recently, but in my opinion, it low-key needs another one. And I know people are gonna be like, "Yo, what do you mean by that? Like the battle pass is so good." Let me talk about it, right? So first off, the most important thing is what battle pass are you buying? There is a $10 one and there's a $20 one. The standard edition will just unlock the bottom row, right? So when you are unlocking the battle pass, like for next level, if I didn't buy it, I'd only be getting the 8 books. When you buy it, you get the bottom row. The bottom row has the better rewards. Now, you also get 680 stellar jades immediately, which is, it used to not be a thing. You used to have to get to the end of the battle pass. So that is very nice. And if you buy the more expensive one, you also get 200 more jades, 5 fuel, and 2 icons. Pretty much the only reason you'd buy this. Oh, and you also get 10 extra levels. So if I bought the expensive one, I'd be at level 27 and level 7 instead of level 17 right now. But the only real reason to buy the more expensive version is if you're impatient and you want the extra 10 levels for extra rewards, or you like the icons. Like if you really like Sampo, you get that for Sampo, or if you really like Sparkle, you get this for Sparkle. Whatever it may be, I currently have one icon from Jinglu because I really like the character. I also bought the Capco one when it dropped because I really like that character. So it's really, I'd only get it for the icons. The Jades and the Fuel are really not worth it. And the 10 levels is like whatever because you're eventually going to get that for free anyway. But if you value them at $10, go ahead and get it. I know some people who get it every time. I know people who never get it at all, even if they like the icons. Whatever is in your spending range. But if you do end up getting the battle pass, is it worth it, right? Is it really worth $10? Now, the summons in here, right? Because there is a bit of, various rewards. You get XP for your characters, XP for your relics, kind of not as much as I wish. You get XP for your light cones, you get credits, you get fuel, and then you get some summons. If you buy the battle pass, you are going to get the special passes for the special banner. You also do get tracks of destiny, which does add up, and you're also getting tears of dreams, which help with building traces. Overall, the value is pretty much a time saver, right? Because you can technically farm all of this, well, most of it for free, but this will help speed up the process, and the rewards are pretty good. You get a good amount of fuel. You get, what, 4, 8. I think you get one more, and this would be 12. So you get 12 fuel overall, which is pretty good. Like, that's a decent amount of fuel, along with, I believe it's, if I'm not mistaken, 3 singles. So there's 2, 3, sorry, it's 4. You also get 4 singles towards the special pass. You also get standard banner tickets, but since that's free, I don't really dive into that too much because you get it regardless, right? And overall, it's just a really good value for building characters. You also do get 200 relic remains, and then once you get to level 51 and higher, you're getting an extra 20 relic remains, which isn't anything too like crazy. Honestly, I feel like the reward should be better for the paid version of this, but I mean, it's something, right? It's extra rewards. They didn't have to buff this. The fact that they did is a W. However, there are a few things with the battle pass that I think is an L and might cause some players to not want to buy it or have the value not be there. Now, the number one thing is if you don't care about being time gated, or you don't really care about building other characters, or don't have any other characters to build. If you're out of characters to build, which is crazy to think about, this loses a bit of value because you're stockpiling resources anyway, so you don't really need to spend it. I mean, the extra fuel and I guess the summons would really be your only incentive. Then, of course, if you don't want to build any characters, then it's like also, you know, you don't really need to get it anyway. Or if you're one of the players who is like, okay, I will eventually get it done anyway, so let's save a bit of money. There's also that mindset. And you'll be thinking, well, you know, you could get, like, eventually you'll get more summons, eventually you'll get more credits for, you know, stamina, eventually you can just farm up traces anyway, eventually you'll get more relics, right? So, you know, what is the incentive of the battle pass? Technically, the incentive, like, to really buy the battle pass is the light cones you can only get from the battle pass, right? Everything else you can get on your own through either waiting for your stamina refresh, you know, just grinding out more summons on your own through your dailies, or just getting the materials from doing quests, whatever, right? Everything in the battle pass is accessible elsewhere, except for the light cone. So you're thinking, okay, the light cone must be, you know, the best part about this. Absolutely wrong. Light cone is low-key the worst part about it, right? It is the last thing I've been thinking about when buying the battle pass. When I go to buy the battle pass, I think, okay, $10 to get a bunch of extra stamina and stuff to build characters so I can have an easier time either using them for myself, using them for showcases, whatever it may be, right? The battle pass light cones, like, they have to update them. I have gotten one of each, right, just for like content purposes, and I don't think I've ever had the urge to use any of them. When I first started the game, I didn't have a single 4-star abundance light cone, so I used this one, right? Now this one increases your max HP, and when you use a basic attack or skill, it'll heal you slightly. And this is cool for like simulated universe, right? Because when you got a buff through healing, like, oh, you gain attack if you heal like an ally, right? You could use a basic attack and it would heal them, so it would trigger the buff, and like that was cool, right? But stuff like this, for after the wearer uses a basic attack or skill, deals additional damage equal to 40% of the wearer's attack to a random enemy, like, that's not that great. This one's like whatever. Most of the light cones are just not great. There's a better free version. There's a better 3-star or 4-star, or you just like straight up would never use it for the character. Like Nihility, I don't see any character I'd ever use this on, and they're just not great. People copium to the Harmony one, and people will probably say it again. Oh, the Harmony one's pretty good. It's random effect. There's like, you can use the break effect one for energy. Like Rune May uses the break effect one in general. Like, you can just save up for. Another thing is that makes these like less value, even though this is technically like a nitpick. You can save up for the 5-star ones for the standard banner characters like Bronya, Jetbird, and all that. So if you really want a really good Harmony light cone, or if you want a really good Abundance light cone, you can just save up for Bailu's and Bronyas through just not getting them with tickets. Now, I know a lot of people don't like to do that, but that is an option, and they can technically be counted as free to play if you just use the free currency enough. I know, I wish my no pull account can actually get those, but they are technically free to play, right? So you don't, you know, really need to be like, oh, well, you know, I should get one of these. Like, these are paid light cones. These are paid. You are spending real money for these light cones. And you could easily just not, you know, have a little bit extra summons for a while and then get a completely way better light cone for free from the exchange shop. Or hell, you could just get lucky enough to summon a better one for free. Or there's even just better ones in the exchange shop. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. The Iridation one is the only one that I see people use nowadays, besides like the Harmony one. But I'm telling you, I don't like the Harmony one. I don't like the random buffs. You know, like, it can be good and you can use it. I'd say it's definitely one of the more usable ones. But like, I don't know, man. These being the light cones, they got power crept so quickly. They became all just like not great. Especially now that we have even more light cones in the exchange shop. They're not anything too crazy, but now you have even more options for free over these ones. Like, it's crazy. If these were free, like, if these switched on the battle pass, like, where is it? Like, if these switch and you got these and you just got more summons if you bought it, I'd be like, okay, if they're bad, that is what it is because you get them for free, you know? But you spend $10 for these. Like, this is the incentive when you go to unlock the battle pass. The light cones are like the flashy thing on the side, and the fact that they're like one of the worst things about the battle pass, something that you'll probably never use unless you just straight up don't have any other options, is so wild to me. It just sucks. It sucks. For me, since I have a copy of each of them, I'm probably just going to work on maxing this one out. I actually don't use it at all just because I have better options for like Jing Yun's light cone. But it sucks. It sucks. The fact that these are, not free and you have to spend real money to get them just hurts. I doubt they're ever going to buff them. I doubt that they're going to replace them anytime soon. I actually thought that the new light cones were replacing these or being put in the battle pass with these, so I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. And then I realized, oh wait, no, these are just in the exchange shop. So I was a little hyped, but I'm kind of glad that they're free now, because now we just have these ones, and some of the other newer light cones aren't worth $10 either. But I think these have to be like the worst groupings of light cones in the game. Like, the Herder Shop ones are all generally better. The first wave of the free light cones arguably better. The newer sets are better. Like, it's wild, and they're free. They're all free compared to these ones. Like, let me know in the comments if you do use these. I'm not gonna crap all over you if you just be like, oh well, I really like the preservation one, it helps a lot, it boosts defense. Like, yeah, sure, right? These like are usable. Like, some of these are okay to use, but they're worth real money. I don't know about that. Other than that, though, the battle pass generally is really, really good. If you do have the money and you are okay with spending it on this, I think it is a rather good investment. I think the two best things in Sorrow are going to be the battle pass and the login. I almost want to call it the welcome, because the express pass is what it's called in this one, right? So getting the express pass to log in to get extra currency, and buying the battle pass to help you level up your characters and get a little bit of summons plus fuel. Because the thing with fuel is, if you want to use stamina refreshes, that's 50 jades, right? And then it goes up. So using fuel instead will save you jades if you really want to stamina refresh, which will save you currency over time, right? So that's really good value, and the fact that they give you 12 is rather nice. And just all these rewards, it's so nice. It's definitely worth a $10 investment. Like I said, if you can afford it. If you're like struggling and you're like, oh well, if I want to spend $10 on the battle pass, I could, but I don't know if it's worth it. Don't. I think the express pass is way better of a deal overall if you are only going to buy one thing, but the battle pass is a close second, just not for the light guns. But anyway, that'll pretty much be it for the video. Let me know what you think of the battle pass in the comments. Do you think it's worth it? Do you think it's not worth it? Do you think the $20 version is the better deal? Do you think the $10 version is a better deal? What do you think of the light cones? And of course, don't forget to like, subscribe for more Honkai Star content, and I will catch y'all in the next video.